How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Tombstone's Takes. My name is Tombstone. I'm a librarian, and I like to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and interesting about books. And today we are going to talk about ugly, maybe rant a little bit. I'm going to tell you a pet peeve that I have that I absolutely cannot stand about how mystery writers reveal the mystery of who the culprit is, who the murderer is, who done it. Yeah, sometimes it really bugs me if they do it in certain ways or well, let me just get to it so I don't confuse you. This all came up because I was reading this book, You'll Be the Death of Me, which is Karen M. McManus's book. I've read most of her books. I enjoyed quite a few of them. This one I didn't enjoy as much because it seems like she's getting into a paint-by-numbers scheme where she's just repeating herself with the same kind of clone of her characters from before. The way that she reveals the mysteries, they kind of go in the same pattern as before. And if you've read one, then you've read most of them. A lot of mystery writers I've read have done the same thing that she's done that I'm really gonna complain about. And so it's not just her, and I'm not piling on her to say that she's not a talented author. I've felt like some of her books were really, really talented and deserved some of the praise that they've gotten. Okay, so what's this pet peeve? This pet peeve is when it comes to mysteries and the whodunit, I cannot stand when the person who did it, the culprit, the murderer, is somebody who has never been on screen until the end of the book. I can't stand it. So here you are, you're reading the book, you're hoping that you might have met the character, you might have gotten an impression whether or not this person is a good guy or whether this person's a bad guy. But the only thing that really happens all the way through the book is that this person was mentioned. They were mentioned, so you know that that character exists, and you know that that character, well, you know that that character exists. You might not really know anything else. And then voila, at the end, yeah, that person did it. Yeah, mystery writers, don't do that. If I wanted that, I'd watch Scooby-Doo. And Scooby-Doo did it a whole lot better. And I absolutely love Scooby-Doo. But I'm not watching Scooby-Doo for the mystery. You see, some mystery writers, they base almost all the tension in their book around the mystery. And so if you don't have anything else to hang your hat on, then it just feels cheap, and it feels like you didn't trust your audience and that you were promising your audience some grand mystery or scheme, and then you weren't half as clever as you thought you were, or you didn't believe in the readers to stay with you the whole time. So please don't do that. That's all I'm saying. If you're gonna have a mystery, introduce the character that did it, have them on screen. They don't necessarily have to be on screen like the entire novel. They don't have to be on screen half the novel, but introduce them. Don't just barely mention them. Oh man, that's tiring. And part of the reason it's tiring is you want to know about the antagonist in such a way that you can either fear the antagonist, that you think, oh man, that person's vile. You want to feel an emotional attachment to not only the story, but the characters in the story. And by not giving them to us, you're robbing your reader of a fun, emotional experience that they could be having. So please don't do that. That's my rant. Yeah, maybe I'll review this book. Maybe I won't. So I won't talk about how many tombstones that it gets. But yeah, if you're like me and you don't like when mystery writers do that, let me know. Or if there's something else, another pet peeve that mystery writers do, I'll have more of them, and I'll have more pet peeves about other things that other kinds of authors do, fantasy authors and whatnot. You'll see some of those things too. So thanks for sticking with me. This was on my August TBR, or what I did read. Now we're going to move into September, and let's talk about some other books. Thanks for watching. This is Tombstone's Takes. I'm Tombstone. Give me a like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.